Hello, a very good morning to all of you. Myself, Manisha Sharma from Government College of Girls, Sector 14, Gurugram. Today, we will be discussing on the topic food chain and food web. This is mainly for the BSc final year student 6th semester from the subject zoology. First, we'll see what is food chain. As the name suggests, food chain means it is a chain which connects the food from one trophic level to another trophic level. As we know that the flow of energy in ecosystem is one-way process. It is always unidirectional, that it flows from one direction to another, but there is no reverse back of the flow of energy. The sequence of organism through which the energy flows is also called as your food chain. That means it is a sequence of energy flow. That energy will flow from one to second to third to fourth and to fifth. That is how it connects from one organism to another in the form of a chain. Therefore, we called it as a food chain because one organism is food for the another organism. If we talk about in terms of trophic level, from the basic trophic level, the plants which takes the energy from sun, which are called as producers, then consumers. Consumers can be primary, secondary, and tertiary. So they consume the food from one trophic level to another trophic level. And we also know that the energy transfer is always 10% law. That means only the 10% of the energy from one trophic level is transferred to the next trophic level. Next, last 90% of the energy is radiated as the heat energy. In a food chain, each organism obtains the energy from one at the level below. That means if we talk about in terms of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so 2 will obtain the food energy from 1, 3 will obtain the energy from 2, 4 from 3, 5 from 4. That's how subsequently from one level at the level below the energy is taking care. Because they create their own food for the from the sun by the process of photosynthesis. Therefore, the plants are called as producers because they create their own food through the photosynthesis. They use the sunlight and they convert it into the chemical energy in the form of glucose. So, therefore, the plant are the major source of energy. That is why they are called as producers. They only produce the food which will be transferring from one to next generations. The animals are called as consumers because they cannot create their own food. They are all dependent on the plants and small animals to get the energy and food. That is why they are called as consumers because they only consume. They cannot synthesize their own food. From the plants, they consume the food and utilize that food for their body circulations. Now, what are the trophic level in food chain? Mainly, there are three trophic levels: producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers, as we all discussed, yes, yet the plants which make or produce the food. Then the consumers. Consumers can be herbivores or carnivores. Herbivores are those consumers which consumes only plant as the food source. But carnivores are those consumers which eats on the small animals for their food. They not only feed on the plant product, they feed on the animals, small animals on which they can live for. These are the primary carnivores or secondary carnivores which feeds on the primary carnivores, tertiary carnivores which feeds on the secondary carnivores. So that is the three basic categories of the consumers: primary, secondary, and tertiary. For example, if you see in this chart, the rabbit, grasshoppers, mice, these are the herbivores that are primary consumers, but they are consumed by the secondary consumers, which are the primary carnivores. Like mouse eats the grasshopper, lizards, snakes, they eat on the mice. And tertiary secondary consumers like owl, bats, they eat on the snakes. And these final the bats are eaten up by the hawks, right? So these are the tertiary consumers. Then the decomposers. Decomposers are those which decomposes the organic matter and convert it into again into the nutrients. So decomposers are mainly your bacteria, fungi, etc., which uses this that organic matter and convert it into the nutrients which can be used further. So that is why decomposers play an important role in recycling of the nutrients from animals to back to the environment. Now, what are the types of food chain? There are two types of food chain. One is grazing food chain and second is detritus food chain. First, we'll discuss about the grazing food chain. Grazing food chain, that means something is grazing. Grazing Graze karna means chugalna. That is the basic Hindi meaning of grazing. Grazing in which the consumers utilize the plants as their food and constitutes the grazing food chain. That means these are mainly the herbivores which consumes the plants as their food. They graze on the grass or plants for their food source. This food chain begins from the green plants and the primary consumers is herbivores. Why herbivores? Because only herbivores feeds on the plant parts. Most of the ecosystem in nature follow this type of food chain. For example, grass is eaten up by the grasshopper, which is the herbivores. Then these grasshoppers can be eaten up by the birds, small birds like pigeon, parrots, etc. These birds are eaten up by the falcons like hawks, bats, etc. So most in the ecosystem, this type of food chain is very common from the producers to herbivores to various carnivores, whether it is primary, secondary or tertiary carnivores. This is an example of the grazing food chain. As you can see, the flowers as the producers. So the caterpillar is the herbivores, that is the first consumer, which consumes the flower nectar. These caterpillar once consume the flower nectar can be eaten up by the frogs. Frogs are the consumers which consumes the caterpillars, the herbivores. Now the frogs are the primary carnivores. Then these frogs can be eaten up by the snakes, which are your again your consumers, but are the secondary consumers. These snakes can be eaten up by the top carnivores, which are owls. It can be bat also, it can be falcon also. So this is the most common type of food chain. It generally occurs in the ecosystem. Next is the detritus food chain. As the name suggests, detritus means something is feeding on the dead decay part. So this type of food chain basically starts from the dead organic matter of any animal or any plant based products. Like the जो टूटी फूटी लीव्स पतझड़ के मौसम में या जो भी प्लांट्स के डेड के पार्ट है एनिमल्स हैव डेड दे आर feed upon by the detritus, right? These animals which feeds on this dead organic matter are also called as your detritivores. So the plant bodies to the microorganism, then to the detritivores, these are converted into the organic matter from one to another. So this food chain mainly depends on the influx of organic matter which is produced in another system. The organism of the food chain includes algae, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, insects, nematodes, etc. Detritus food chain in which detritivores are the main constituent, because if detritivores are present, then only that organic matter will be converted into the nutrients and coming back to the environment once again. The soil is also made fertile by these detritivores, algae, bacteria, protozoans, insects, etc. But this type of cycle is not very common in ecosystem because not everywhere the detritivores are available or the dead decay part of animals and plants is available. That is why the grazing food chain was most common, not the detritus food chain. Now you can see in the picture also the dead organic matter is reutilized by bacteria, detritivores through the aerobic respiration and converted back into the inorganic nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, iron. They through this matter are coming again back to the environment. And from where this energy is used, from the sun, these detritivores uses the energy. That is the radiation energy is used by the detritivores. Now, what is the significance of food chain? Why we are studying about the food chain? Because the food chain helps in understanding the feeding relationship as well as the interaction between organisms and the ecosystem. So that is why the food chain is important because once we know about the food chain, it will be easy for us to see the relationship and interaction between one species to the another species. That means how the producers are dealing with the herbivores, what are the herbivores which are eaten up by the carnivores. So we can arrange them in various speciation factors. So to understand the relationship between the organism and the ecosystem, how the energy is flowing from one trophic level to another trophic level, how the biomass is traveling from one trophic level to another trophic level is the food chain. Therefore, by studying this food chain, we get to know all this information. Food chain also helps in understanding the mechanism of energy flow and circulation of matter in the ecosystem. It also helps to understand the movement of toxic substances and problem associated with the biological magnification in ecosystem. Once we talk about the detritivores, right? They help in movement of these toxic substances. They break down those toxic substances into inorganic substances which can be removed from the environment. Now, what is food web? So this was all about food chain, that how the chains are connected to each other. Now, how these multiple food chain 1, 2, 3, 4, how they are interconnected with each other and form a network, it is called as the food web. So, food web is defined as a network of food chains which are interconnected at various trophic levels so as to form the number of feeding connections amongst different organisms in a biotic community. That means how the one cycle is related to another. That it also means that one organism is not fixed to a particular food chain. One organism can participate in two or more food chain. That is why it forms a web. जाल जो बना लेते हैं, right? So it's a kind of jar of many food chains. It's called as food web. It's also known as consumer resource system. As you can see in the example, the flower is eaten up by that mouse and mouse is eaten up by the snake. But again, the flower is eaten up by the rabbit and rabbit can also be eaten by the snakes. The snake is eating both rat as well as rabbit. That means it is involved in both the food chains. Also, the rat is eaten up by the hawk. Hawk can eat snake also and hawk can eat the rabbit also. That means the top carnivores is that is hawk is involved in all the three food chains. If we talk about the food web, the important point is the arrows. तो arrows जहाँ point करेंगी, the organism on which the arrow is pointing is the predator. Predator is the animal which eats on the prey, and जो arrow है from which it is starting is the prey. For example, here flower is the prey because arrow is starting from flower and it is going towards rat and rabbit. So that means rat and rabbit are the predators of that flower. Similarly, since the rat is eaten up by the snake as well as hawk, that means the snake and hawk are predators of that particular rat, that is the prey. So this is how the arrowing system in the food web is important to understand. So a node represents an individual species or a group of related species or different stages of a single species. Link which connects the two nodes. Arrows represents the links always go from prey to predator. Just now we have discussed arrow, it starts from prey and goes to the predators. The lowest trophic level are called as basal species because they are the basic species. The highest trophic levels are called as top predators, that for example hawk, because they are at the highest trophic level. They can eat up all the organisms. So the movement of nutrients is cyclic, but the energy is unidirectional and non-cyclic. That means nuclear जो nutrients है that can be recycled in the environment with the help of detritus food chain, but the energy is always unidirectional. Once it is lost, it cannot be recycled back. That is why it is non-cycle. It cannot be recycled back. And as we already discussed, there is always 10% consumption of energy from one to another trophic level. 90% is always lost. There are three types of food webs. One are topological food webs, second is flow webs, and third is interaction web. Topological webs are those food chains combinations which forms a food web which simply indicates a feeding relationship. That means it topological webs only shows that which organism is feeding on which organism. It shows that how the organisms are dependent on one another there for their food, how they are making the relationship with each other. Flow webs, these are the webs which depends on the energy, right? What are the strength of feeding interaction? The bioenergetic webs or the flow webs, they includes the information on strength of feeding interaction. That what is the strength, what is the energy level in the food webs. Third is the interaction web. Interaction web, it shows in interaction the arrows show how one group is influencing the another. Influencing means how one group is showing a relationship with the another. That is the interaction web, how the one species and other species are interacting with each other. There are various type of food webs: soil food web, aquatic food web, forest food web, grassland food web, terrestrial and aquatic combined food web. Let's see their examples. First example is soil food web. The soil food web, as you can see, the plants that are called producers, which takes the energy from the sun. The sun gives the energy to the plants to the photosynthesis. It absorbs the energy and convert it into the food. These are the producers. Now from this producer, various food chains are connected, right? From this first food chain is that plants are eaten up by the nematodes, then the arthropods, secondary arthropods, and the birds. So this is one food chain. Next food chain is that plants are decomposed by the fungi and bacteria, the organic matter of the plant, they are dead decay of the matter which are feed upon by the detritivores such as mycorrhiza, fungi, bacteria, nematodes. These fungi, bacteria, and nematodes are connected to the various food cycles, food chains. That means the fungi are eaten up by the arthropods. They can eaten up by the nematodes, right? The bacteria is eaten up by the earthworms that are arthropods, and these earthworms can be eaten up by the big animals. Again, this is one cycle, one food chain. Another food chain is bacteria can be eaten up by the protozoans, then the nematodes, and the further nematodes are eaten up by the arthropods and birds. Another food chain, the fungi is eaten up by the nematodes, the bacteria are eaten up by the nematodes, and these nematodes are again eaten up by the arthropods and further the birds. So this is how various food chains are interconnected with each other. This is called as soil web and food web of soil. Next is the aquatic food web. Aquatic food web. In the aquatic system, the producers are the phytoplanktons. So these phytoplanktons are act as a producer in the aquatic system. They takes the solar energy and convert it into the organic matter or the food through this cycle. The carbon dioxide is available from the environment. In the water, this carbon dioxide combines with water to form the glucose and releases the oxygen. These phytoplanktons plays an important role as a producer in the aquatic system. Now these phytoplanktons are eaten up by the small fishes or small beetles, etc. Many aquatic small insects which are called as your zooplanktons. These zooplanktons are eaten up by, small fishes are eaten up by the big fishes. These big fishes are eaten up further by the sharks and whales, and these eaten up by the sea ice animals. So this is how the food chains are circulating. One more food chain is the phytoplanktons get sedimentation, that dead decay organic matter is deposited and they are worked on by the detritivores or eaten up by the lower sea animals, which are again eaten up by the big fishes. Big fishes eaten up by shark animals and they are again eaten by the seahawks, etc. So these organic matter also recycles the nutrients back to the environment. So this is how aquatic food web works. Now food web in the forest. Forest also plays an important role in combining the various food webs. First, food chain from green plants that are called as producer in the forest, the goat, which is the herbivore, rabbit, which is again a herbivore, mouse, that is also a carnivore as well as herbivore. So these from the goat, it is eaten up by the jackal. Goat is directly eaten up by the lion also, and through this food chain from jackal again to lion. So this is one food chain and this is second food chain. Now the rabbits which eats on the producers. Rabbits can eaten up by jackals, wild cats. Jackals are eaten up by the lions. These wildcats are also eaten up by the lions. So rabbit is further involved in both the food chains. Mouse are eaten up by the rabbits. Rabbits are eaten up by the cat and further to the lion. Mouse is related to one food chain. Another food chain is mouse is eaten up by the owl directly. That is only a single food chain. That means one animal is directly interacting with the another animal. Also, the mouse are eaten up by the snakes. Snakes are eaten up by the kites. This is another food chain. So that means from one single producer, there are many food chains are connected. That is why it is called as food web of the forest. Now grassland food web. In grassland food web, the grass is eaten up by the grasshopper. Grasshopper can be eaten up by the lizards. Lizards can be eaten up by the hawks. This is one food chain. Next food chain is grass is eaten up by grasshopper to the lizards to the seahawks. Grass is eaten up by mouse, snake and hawk. Grass is eaten up by the rabbit. Rabbit is eaten by the hawk. This is how the cycle is regulating in the grassland. It has many food chains which combines to form a food web. Now there is another food web in the between the terrestrial and aquatic. That means from the terrestrial, how the aquatic system is connected. So this is a very nice food web. Many food chains are interrelated. That let's see how. This is the terrestrial part. From terrestrial part, the producer that are called as plants, salt marshes, aquatic plants, algae, they are eaten up by the herbivores. It can be insects, small fishes, big fishes, snails. These are eaten up by the secondary consumers, rat, frogs, fishes, small fishes, big fishes. These are eaten up by the snakes, directly by the hawks. Frog can be eaten by snake, then again by the crane and hawk. Small fishes, big fishes can be eaten up by the ducks. Ducks can be eaten up by the hawks. These snails can be eaten up by sparrows, and sparrows are further eaten up by the hawk. So this is how the terrestrial and the grassland food chain. Now, what is the food web significance? Food web tells us various food chains are interrelated. That means from where the beginning has started and various animals show the relationship with each other for the food with each other, whether it is plants, insects and herbivores and many carnivores, how they are interrelated with each other. But it also gives us the information that plants are basically the foundation of all the ecosystem, whether it is grassland ecosystem, whether it is aquatic, whether it is soil, whether it is terrestrial. Plants are the basic need. The food web basically provides the stability to the ecosystem, because if one food chain is disturbed, that can be maintained by the another food chain. That if second food chain is disturbed, that can again maintained by the third food chain. So that is how various food chains can be controlled. Now we'll see some of the MCQs based on this lecture. Ready? So start with the first question. Decomposers helps in breaking dead waste, recycling nutrients, both A and B, and spreading decay. So it will be answer C, because decomposers are also called as detritivores, helps in breaking the dead waste and the recycling in the nutrients. Next question 2. A debris from rooting matter is called as detritus, dirt, waste material, fertilizer. So the answer is A, that is detritus. Third question. A food chain starts with a producer, consumer, decomposer or scavenger. As we all know, every food chain starts with plants which are called as producers because they produce the food. So therefore answer is A, producers. Next question. The most important group of decomposers includes bacteria, fungi, both A and B, and viruses. So we have discussed in details decomposers includes both bacteria and fungi. So answer will be C, both bacteria and fungi. Next question. What is the role of human plays in the food chain? Producers, consumers, human do not evolve in the food chain, decomposers. So as we know, the humans cannot synthesize their own food, therefore they are called as consumers. So answer will be B, consumers. Which of the following food chain directly describes the flow of energy in an ecosystem? First, grass, lion, human, cow, grass, lion, second. Third is grass, goat, human. Next is leaf, bird, lizard. So, which is the correct flow of energy? That is C. Grass, this is producer, is eaten up by goat, which is herbivores, to the human, that is carnivores. So, the answer will be C. Next question, which of the following conditions is true about the food chain? provides more energy to the next trophic level, provides food for succeeding organisms, consume energy from next trophic level, do not pass the energy to the next trophic level. So the answer is B, that the food chain provides the food for the succeeding organism. Succeeding means next trophic level organism. From one trophic level, it provides the food to the next trophic level. Therefore, the answer will be B. Which of the following factors play an important role in the ecosystem? Pressure, energy, nutrition, temperature. So the energy plays an important factor of the food chain and ecosystem because energy is the basic need of every organism. Next is which of the following organism begins marine food chain? That means what are the producer of the marine food chain? Phytoplanktons, fishes, zooplanktons, corals. So answer is the phytoplanktons because they are the producer. They synthesize the food for marine. Which of the following statement best describes a food web? Many individual organisms of the same species that live in same space and shares resources? No. A system that is made up of a community of organism and environment? No. A black bear eats fruit and then spread the fruit seeds into through the excretion? No. All life is connected by transfer of energy from one organism and their environment? Yes. This is the correct answer of the food web. Next question. Three organisms on the food web have arrows pointing towards them, but no arrows pointing away from them. This is because, as we know, they make their own food. No. They give energy to others. No. Nothing shown eats them. Yes. Third, D is they eat no energy. The answer is C. That is nothing shown eats them. That is why there is no arrow pointing towards them. So this was all about food chain and food web students. If you have any query, you can put the questions in the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for listening.